98 miles. I mean, how do you walk 8 miles? What was your military occupation? What was your deployment? What branch? What deployment did you do?
You got the first letter right.
What role did you play?
He's a fool.
You think I love these guys? Oh, we don't talk about it. That is total crap.
That's bullshit. If they don't talk about it, more likely means they've been there, done it.
All right, we're on, guys. This is Rob from Great Lakes Reliance. The net starts in about 12 minutes. So we're getting on early to give everybody a chance to get on here, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get some check-ins to the Rust Belt Excellency Radio Network, 2-meter local preppers net on ham radio, BHF. Hopefully everybody's not at a Super Bowl party. Go Stafford.
It's called hijacking.
Oh, my daddy was just a son that he joke about it. Well, they probably didn't have much to say then.
It's called hijacking.
Unbelievable.
It's called hijacking.
Anybody that served doesn't have a damn problem talking about what they did or didn't do in uniform with another vet. But most of you never served. You're yellow. Yellow.
It's called hijacking. Dog has never divulged what he did.
You can go to my website.
How many people? Hopefully you get some people in here. Right now we're on 40 meters, 7.200 the surface frequency. That's WA4D. He's always causing trouble.
We'll talk about it. Oh, you can say, oh, yeah, my dad was deployed in the same place. Or, oh, yeah, were you in this engagement at that time? You were there then? What were you doing in the spring of 71? My recollection is XYZ and I-Corps and 2-Corps. That's what we can talk. But most of you are yellow-bellied scumbags who didn't serve. WA4D.
Come on, you guy that ran around with a toothbrush around your neck and behind your butt.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about real vets that talk to real vets. You don't think anything of it. Oh, what unit were you in? Were you there at this time? But you don't hear that here. Because the vast majority of these guys never wore a uniform. And if they did, they wasn't deployed anywhere of any consequence. So please, I don't care about stolen valor. Yes, that's another reason. I'll give you that. It's another reason you don't talk about it on the radio, because a lot of these guys are phony.
I'll tell you something, Doc. The Army was discharged.
We got 2 people watching. Someone's in here. We're on 40 meters right now. We're waiting for the net. Starting about, about 8 minutes.
How many yellow bellies there are in America on ham radio? WA4D.
You're a real soldier warming up, saving it.
We're on the circus channel right now on 40 meters.
Let the barrel clear your head. There will not be a warning shot fired due to the high cost of ammo.
Alright, nobody's on yet. It starts at 7:30. I figured I'd start a little early. So everyone gets a chance to get in here before the net starts.
I'll get to go do a load of laundry.
Yep, Ian, I see ya. Good job, you made it. You're the first one. How's it looking? Is it sounding okay? Can you hear me good? Give me a signal report.
was going to blow it.
And we got 40 meters on 7200, the surface band right now. Bill ought to be jumping in here soon. I'll message him.
I'd like to get that solid state amplifier. It seems to be priced nice, that RM Italy 300. I'd like to use that in the mobile. I don't know, I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Right, there he is. There he is, Jim. South Texas, how you doing?
300. They also got the fans on there, and it's a 500 watt all band.
Yeah, another message. Stand by.
With automatic band switching. Yeah, that's the one. Do you get almost 500 out of it?
Alright. I'm doing this on my phone here.
Yeah, that's running it in the car or off of a power supply?
Yeah, there you go. I just shut the volume off on the computer there. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, we're getting ready for our local 2-meter prepper survivalist net here.
Okay. Oh, so you're running in
called the Rust Belt Extingency Radio Network. Local ham radio operators get together on 2 meters every Sunday night at 7:30. And I'll just get a little report of what's going on in the area and see how everybody's reaching everybody at what distances. That way, if we know we got to upgrade antennas or coax or any kind of adjustments to get the best received signal possible in case of SHTF situation happens or natural disaster or anything like that. So that's what we got going on, and it starts in 4 minutes on 146420. Yep, 146420 Simplex, 2-meter Simplex. Now once it gets started, I'll move the camera. That's why I did this with my phone, so I can move it around so I'll get a close-up of the 721A. You can see Ian, he's in the chat. He's the administrator of the group there. He's the commander. I'm just basically playing around with my YouTube channel, getting it on there. That way people can see and hear how the audio sounds at my location. Because sometimes some people can hear and some can't at different locations. So we'll see how it goes. Bill made it. Okay, we got 3 people watching. Wow. Yeah, hopefully some more people get in. Yeah, I'm doing this YouTube live on my phone, which is a mobile device there, of course. But since I have less than 1,000 subscribers, YouTube says the mobile device is limited. So I don't know what that means, if it doesn't go out to all my subscribers or how that works. But hopefully some more people get in here, and hopefully everybody's not at a Super Bowl party, so we can get some check-ins. And if there's other people in here, any kind of questions about ham radio or emergency comms, or there'll be if we get a lot of check-ins, and people log into the YouTube, a lot of really informative ham radio operators on here can answer anyone's questions on how to get your ham license, or set up antennas, what kind of coax to use, and different types of radios. So a lot of informative. We got 2 minutes to go, and then the net will be starting. The Rams are winning 13-3. So yeah, there's a delay on here. It's from my phone to the computer. There's a delay, so I'm getting a double delay here. So don't feel bad. All right. Hopefully we can get some more people in here. We got Jim from South Texas. That's cool. You guys probably got a lot better weather than us up here. We're at about 20 degrees here, 23 degrees with snow. So I'm gonna have to go clean some snow after this. So yeah, Jim, what kind of weather you guys getting down there in Texas? I'm sure you guys are probably in the 80s. That's pretty cool. 3 people on right now. Hopefully we get some more people from the group on there. We got the old Kenwood TM 721A all hooked up and ready to go here. You got 1 minute. 1 minute for the net to start. So we'll move the phone here so you can get a view of the radio for good audio. Wow, 70 degrees. It's a lot better than we have here. So the local 2-meter net will start. Hopefully, it's not a lot of people at Super Bowl parties. By the way, this little Vertex speaker, $40. Nice speaker. Sounds good. This is an old Kenwood 721A dual bander. So we'll wait for the net to start now.
Good evening. This is the net for the Rust Belt Legacy Radio Network. The purpose of this group is to build and facilitate an RF-based network to disseminate information for an event when things go bad. This net beats up on this frequency every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. This group does not maintain a website nor social media presence. All non-RF-based group business is taken care of at our same group name on the Signal platform. My name is Ian, KD8SRF, your net control host for the evening. I am located at 696 Ryan in Macomb County. Moving on. Now taking regular time check-ins to the Rust Belt Legacy Radio Network to your Simplex net. If you would like to check in, please come back with your first name, call sign, and closest intersection. All regular time check-ins, please call now.
Michelle, KE8NSQ, that's Kilo Echo 8 November, Sierra, Quebec, 14 in Rochester.
And net control, this is Kilo 8 India Bravo X-ray, Robin and Warren at 11 in Hoover.
Okay, right there we have KE8NSQ, Michelle at 14 in Rochester. And we also have KE8IBX, Rob at 11 in Hoover. Good evening to the both of you. We had KU8RLY, that was Dave, and I believe he's in St. Clair Shores somewhere. But Dave, if you don't mind checking back in and giving us your location, that would be appreciated. And the other stations wishing to check in, please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Charlie Echo Hotel. Mike at 696 in Ryan. Good evening.
KU8RLY. Yes, this is Dave. I'm in St. Clair Shores over at 9 Mile and Jefferson.
Okay, QSL on that day. We got you at 9 in Jefferson. All right, we also have KE8CEH, Mike at 696 in Ryan. Good evening, Mike, and good evening, Dave. Anybody else wishing to check in, please call now.
Kilowatt 8 Oscar Bravo. Bill 24 Mount.
Okay, we hit a double there. The Sierra Juliet Kilo Station, please call again. Okay, we KE8 SJK, Shannon at 10 and Ryan. Good evening, Shannon. And there was one other station calling. Please call now.
Kilo 8 Oscar Bravo, Bill 24 Mound.
Okay, we had Kilo 8 Oscar Bravo at 24 Mound. That was Bill. Good evening, Bill, and good evening, Shannon. Thank you both for checking in tonight. We'll ask one more time before we move on. Any other check-ins who wish to check in, please call now. Okay, enough I heard. We had a good start to night tonight with, I guess we'll start off with 7, including myself. Not a bad start. Basically what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the portion where everybody's checked in. I will ask you all to report on who you were able to hear checking in, how well we were able to hear each other. Also, the local conditions area. What I mean by that, I mean by what's your grocery store looking like? How's your infrastructure? What I mean by that is internet, power, data, etc., and any unusual government movements, such as increased police presence or noticing any National Guard convoys running up and down I-75, stuff like that. So, we are going to start at the top of the list. As always, ladies first. KE8NSQ, Michelle, good evening. What do you have for us tonight? Go ahead.
This is Michelle, KE8NSQ. Groceries are good. I just went to Meijer earlier this evening, and I was there this past Wednesday, Royal Oak Meijer. Everything seems pretty well stocked. Infrastructure is fine, nothing wrong there, and no unusual government movement. Back to net control. KE8NSQ.
All right, QSL Michelle, thank you for the report there. Okay, moving over to 11 Hoover, KIBX. Rob, good evening. What do you have for us tonight? Go ahead.
That's a good question there. This is Kilo 8 India Bravo X-Ray, KE8IBX. Rob over here on Warren by 11 and Hoover. And as far as grocery store situations, I went to the Kroger's yesterday, and it seemed like they had everything. There was a couple bare shelves, but evidently it was stuff I didn't usually get, so I don't know what it was. And as far as infrastructure, everything seems to be normal, but I did see on the Warren Centerline scanner Facebook page there, I guess right by my house on 11 and Hoover on the freeway in the snowstorm earlier, there was a huge 20-car pileup. And they had live video from it, and it actually did look like there was some National Guard there. It looked like 3 National Guard Humvees, 2 tan, 1 green camouflage there, and they were standing out there, I guess, helping the police. Wow, I never seen that before. But yeah, that was right on 696 and Hoover on the freeway. 20-car pileup. There was cars smashed everywhere. So you know how it is in Michigan. You get your first good snow and everybody forgets how to drive in the snow. But yeah, and I can hear, as far as I'm hearing everybody's coming in 5-9 full quieting, except Michelle, KE8NSQ. I'm getting her about a S6. With a little bit of QRN bacon fry there. And what's really odd is the station by 10 and Ryan, KE8UEK, I think you said, I cannot hear him at all. And he's just a 10 and Ryan. That's pretty odd. So yeah, I wonder what he's got for an antenna system, if he's using an indoor antenna or what. But 10 and Ryan, I should be able to pick that up full quieting. But and one other note, as you all know, I am streaming live on YouTube right now. So if you go on my YouTube channel, which I posted on there, you can watch from my radio what everybody sounds like at my location there. And yeah, my SWR is a little bit better now. My antenna usually doesn't like the snow there too much. I was at 1.5 earlier, and now it's down to 1.3, so it stopped snowing, so I should be good to go there. But yeah, check in on the YouTube channel. Feel free to jump into the live chat there with any questions about ham radio, how to get your license, or emergency comms. A lot of formidable people here that know a lot more than I do. So feel free to ask questions on the live chat if you need to know anything. So that's about it for me. I'll pass it back over to you, Ian. KD8 SRF from K8 IBX. Back to net control.
All right, fine business there, Rob. A good report. Yeah. Well, if there's I thought the 20-car pileup was over on the west side at Drake and 696, but maybe there's a 20-car pileup in both places. To have the National Guard there for a 20-car pileup, I guess that wouldn't be unreasonable. So, yeah, you have a 20-car pileup. Obviously, our local police just, they don't have the manpower to handle that. So, yeah, makes sense there. All right, thanks for the grocery store reports. Thank you for the report on who can hear who. Yeah, I agree. KESJK, you two should be full quieting. I got them full quieting, so who knows? There's probably something right in the middle of you two, I guess. Yes, I did notice that you got obviously the YouTube stream going. Yeah, I killed the audio. I was listening to you transmit, and yeah, there definitely is a delay. So if you are listening on the RF, you might want to kill the YouTube audio so you don't get confused there. If you're not listening to the RF, those guys out there who are in the chat room, glad to have you with us. Just to make sure you don't have to do anything. Leave it at that. All right. Moving over to 9 Mile Jefferson, KU8 RLY. Dave, good evening, Dave. What do you have for us tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. KU8 RLY. I'd like to start off with saying that I am unable to pick up Michelle, and I am unable to pick up Shannon. I can pick up everybody else really well. Bill, I gotta say, you are the clearest I've heard you ever right now, so I want to get that out of the way. Nothing special to report. I will share that over the past week, I work over in Roseville at 13 and Grospec, had some weird power fluctuations over there that kind of disrupted our machines over there a little bit. Not sure what caused that, but some power fluctuations. As far as infrastructure, nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, I think I've seen less police presence around these parts over the last week or so, which I thought was kind of odd. Grocery store, I use the Kroger over at 9 Mile and Harper, and I'm kind of the same way. There's, mostly everything was there. I did notice that some of the prices were a little bit better than usual over the last week, so that was kind of a good sign. I did notice, though, it might not mean much, I did notice that while I was at Kroger there, their whole meat counter was empty, completely empty. There was stuff in the coolers, but behind the deli counter, there was nothing out there as far as like meats and whatnot. I was really surprised. I wonder if there were some power fluctuations or something that had happened with that. Other than that, I got nothing else special to report except Wednesday is supposed to be a heat wave in the mid-40s, so let's look forward to that. Ian, back to you, KU8 ROI.
All right, again, QSL, Dave, good report there. Yeah, interesting you mentioned the prices might be a little lower on certain things. I haven't noticed one way or the other, but hey, if it's that way where you're at, glad to hear that report. You were pinging the meter here, over here at 696 and Ryan, so, as I told you before, whatever you did to your antenna, From the last time we had you, it definitely worked better there. At least for me, it did. All right. Thanks a lot, Dave. Moving to my next door neighbor, KEH, CEH, Mike. Good to have you as always. What do you have for us? Go ahead.
KEH, CEH. Hey, good evening, Ian and the net. We'll start with the reports. I've got a bill, maybe a 3x5. Tough copy on Bill tonight, but everyone else on the list, we've got a 5-9 tonight. Infrastructure, everything is fine. One thing I'd like to note, Ian, in our neighborhood the last 2 days, they've been doing the tree trimming around the power lines there, so there's been a tremendous amount of vehicle traffic and stump grinding equipment and whatnot. They've been taking down tree limbs and then grinding that and carting it off, so it's been kind of noisy here, but they're at least keeping it clear for us. No movement of anything that I've seen, and then we were just at the Meijer here on Mound and what is it, 12? Maybe about an hour ago, and everything seemed to be very well stocked, at least at that location. Ian, thanks very much for running it tonight. I'll send it back to you. KD8SRF from KE8 CEH.
All right, and another QSL to you, Mike, as well. Yes, we got the tree trimmers as well. Yeah, they put in a good day Saturday, and I think they were out today as well, even during the snow. So, yeah, those guys were definitely busy. I think this is the first time I've been in this house 15 years. I can't recall ever seeing them before. So, yeah, so the tree trimmers, I guess, come around our neighborhood once every 15 years. I have seen the city trimmers out, I'd say maybe every 2 or 3 years for the trees, between the sidewalk and the curb, doing that. But yeah. Now moving on to the Meijers at 12 and Mound. Yes, I was at the same Meijers on Friday night, and everything seemed fine back then. But at 8 o'clock at night, there's still quite a bit of wait time to use the checkout. So. Yeah, I think that Meijers, where we go, has had a staffing problem as of late more than other stores in the area. But anyway, moving on. All right, thanks again for the report there, Mike. Okay, going down to Tenant Ryan, KE8SJK Shannon. Good evening, sir. What do you have for us tonight? Go ahead.
Hello, everyone on the net. Hopefully this is a little bit better. My initial contact was with I'm testing out a new ICOM 705 with a teeny tiny little antenna, and I think that was probably why you guys couldn't hear me very well. So hopefully this is better. Nothing really else to report. I go to the same Meijers apparently you guys go to, and seems to be fine. I haven't really noticed anything out of the ordinary, so hopefully this is getting out to y'all, and with that, 73s to everybody on the net.
All right, QSL there, Shannon. Shannon, who were you able to hear tonight? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I can hear usually everybody except for Michelle, and that's, might be an issue with my antenna setup, or maybe just sort of out of range for me or whatnot, but I get nothing. I can't hear. I've turned down the squelch and even tried to hear. I'm not picking up anything.
QSL, yeah, well, hey, fine business on the 705 there, and you are pinging the meter at my end. You're full quieting. All right, thanks for the report there, Shannon. All right, going up to 24 Mound, KOB, Bill. Good evening, sir. What do you have for us tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, Ian, and once again, thanks for hosting the net. Well, as far as grocery store situation is, what I've noticed, it's pretty much more of the same of last week, just not a whole lot of stock, but no real bare shelves either. So I guess not much has changed there. Infrastructure, everything's good. No internet issues or anything like that. And no noticed government movements around here. The situation on I-696, from what I understand from some postings that were on social media, is that there's a pile up around 696 in Hoover area, and there's also another pile up on the west side around 696 in Drake over that way. So must be poor conditions out there on the road, and some people just forget how to drive. And I don't know. Hopefully everybody's all right. but some big pileups, 2 different locations. And as far as copying everybody, I got a copy on everyone except for Michelle. Dave, or Mike, my bad. Mike is a little late tonight, but I do have a copy on him, and he's readable. But pretty much I copy everybody except for Michelle. And in response to Dave, KU8LY, I'm using a different radio tonight, so that's why it may sound a little bit different, the audio. So just experimenting, playing around here. So, yeah, that's about all I got. And it's K8OB, back to net.
All right. QSL, thanks for the report there, Bill. Yeah, I had the same info you did. 2 different pile-ups on the 2 opposite sides of town there. So I'll confirm what you got going there. All right, I guess I'll move on to my report here. I already gave the grocery store report. I'm hearing everybody full quieting except Bill, but you're an S5, perfectly readable still. And infrastructure's fine. Nothing unusual there, and I did not notice any unusual government movements. Okay, for those of you in the YouTube live stream chat, please report how well you are able to hear all of us if you can. I'm kind of watching, seeing some bit here and there. I'd like to know how the chat room participants are hearing us. Okay, moving on. We'll open the floor back up to any other check-ins for general check-ins. So if you had not checked in to the net yet and wish to do so, please come back with your first name, call sign, and closest intersection. This is Ian, KD8SRF at 696 and Ryan. Additional check-ins, please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. All right, well, let's move it on to open floor. This is the part of the net where anybody can do a recheck and talk about anything they want, provided it's clean and legal. You all know that. So we're opening the floor up to general open floor topics. So anybody who's got anything additional, wishes to start a new subject, or continue on if we got, please call now.
KU8ROI. I noticed a few of us are having a hard time receiving Michelle. Can anybody give a relay as to what kind of equipment she's using, so we all have an understanding as to why we can't receive her by chance? Back to you.
Okay, yeah, I could give you a quick rundown. Michelle is antenna limited based on her where she's living, so I'll just leave it at that. She's closer to me, so that's why I can hear her. But she is unable to get a decent antenna out. So, for what she's got, she's doing the best she can with what she has. So, Michelle, didn't mean to speak for you there. I just thought it'd be quicker to go that way. Dave, I hope that answers your question there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a few of us are having a hard time not receiving her. It looks like she's in an apartment, so that's completely understandable as to why receive is going to be very limited in certain directions. So just so we all have a heads up, I've been meaning to ask for the last couple of weeks and I haven't had a chance to. So very good. KU8ROI.
Okay, moving on. Anybody else wishing to check in and have another go-around, please call now.
KE8NSQ, I realized I forgot to state who I couldn't hear.
All right, QSL, Michelle, go ahead. Who can you hear and what do you got? Go ahead.
Okay, I couldn't hear Shannon when he first checked in, but when he spoke, I could. Bill, I could hear well, but when he spoke, there's always a lot of static in the background, but there was more when he spoke. And also, I just realized, I did notice at Meyer that a lot of the meat section was pretty empty, but I don't buy my meat from Meyer anyway. Back to net control, KE8NSQ.
All right, thank you for the updated report there, Michelle. And yes, I avoid buying the meat at Meyer's as well. Well, I have to say I was tempted. The pork butts are only $1.50 a pound this week. I was really tempted to pick a couple of those up, but I passed. All right, thanks, Michelle, for the recheck there. Okay, anybody else wishing to have another recheck, or if anybody else who has not checked in yet wishes to check in for the first time, please call now.
K8IBX.
K8IBX, go ahead.
Roger that there, Ian. This is Kilo 8 India Bravo X-Ray, and I was just going to say that Shannon at 10 and Ryan, whatever he did, he's booming in here now, full quieting, great signal. So he did something right. And Bill, K8OB, I could tell you're on a different radio. You're still full bars, full quieting, but your audio's much better, much clearer audio with the other radio, with the radio you're on now. So I'd stay with that one. And I'd just like to mention that yeah, that's like who can hear who and who can't hear who. That's like kind of one of the main reasons we do this net. That way, you know, like you said, people can see how far they're getting out and how well people can hear different people in different areas. That way, someone may want to upgrade their antenna and coax there to get a better signal out and receive, because as you know, in your ham radio station, the main thing is your antenna and coax. It's the whole thing. Like they said, you're better off having a $500 antenna and a $50 radio than a $500 radio and a $50 antenna. Your antenna system is the whole workhorse of your ham radio station there. But that's very good. People are reporting in on who can hear and everything. So, and I hope everybody's enjoying the YouTube. I think it's pretty cool. We got 6 people watching now. You might have others that don't have YouTube accounts, so they can't participate in the live chat but can watch. So yeah, it's something a little bit different. And yeah, if somebody else has YouTube channels, it might be something we could try. Maybe in the future, different people doing it. That way, like right now, everybody can hear what I'm hearing, how everybody sounds off my radio and my location, and we might be able to try different locations, and you'll see how everybody sounds different everywhere. But I don't know, just an idea. K8IBX, back to net control.
All right, QSL there, Rob. Thanks for the additional comeback, and yeah, thanks for doing this little YouTube experiment. I'll admit it is kind of interesting there. So yeah, not bad. Okay, well, open it back up. Anybody else have anything for the net tonight? Please come back with your first name, call sign, and closest intersection. Any other check-ins or call rechecks? Please call now.
Yeah, I'll check in real quick, Ian. This is Bruce, K8QIX out of Rochester.
Hi, this is K8SJK. Yeah, the solution was to actually jump on my 9700 with 100 watts and a big antenna versus the a lot of truth to what K8IBX said about the radio and the antenna, because I had a, you know, ICOM 705 with a little mobile antenna on there, and I could pick up things, but obviously I wasn't getting out very well. Could you, this goes to the organizer here, could you tell us about the Signal web page again? I have not actually wrote that down, and I've been on this thing every couple weeks, and I always forget to write it down. Thanks.
Okay, let's see here. K8SJK, stand by there for a minute there, Shannon. We had KE8QIX and there, Bruce from Rochester. I got you there. What do you got for us? Go ahead.
Nothing much, Ian. Just out for a short time tonight, watching the Super Bowl. But yeah, things continue to look interesting as things unfold here with all these protests and stuff worldwide now. So, you know, keeping an eye on that stuff. But so far, you know, just laying low here. KE8QIX, Bruce out of Rochester.
All right, QSL there, Bruce. Thanks for the check-in. Glad to have you stopping by tonight. Okay, we'll send it back to KE8SJK, Shannon, Tanner, Ryan. Yeah, Shannon, so you move from the 705 to the 9700. 100 watts in a big antenna will definitely do things there. Try this. Take your 705 and plug that into your big antenna and see what happens. I bet you'd have some surprising results there. Watts is not as important as the antenna as we've all talked about earlier. But after a certain point, wattage does help. But 10 watts into a big antenna, you'll definitely get out. But okay. Oh, you had the other inquiry there, Shannon. I can be reached, or send me an email. I'm on QRZ. My call sign, Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Romeo Foxtrot. You can look me up there on QRZ and send me an email, and then I can email you back the link to our group on Signal. Does that answer your question there, Shannon? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's very good. I'll look you up on QRZ and see. I'll send you an email. And hey, as far as Michelle, I know I've heard in the last few weeks on this net, or actually I haven't heard her. If she needs a 2-meter antenna, I have a couple spares out in the garage, an old J-pole and another vertical of some sort that I'd literally give her.
We lost you there, Shannon. Just send me the email, and we'll get you in the group, and then you guys can conduct business that way. Was there anything else you did, Shannon? Go ahead.
No, I'm all set. Good evening to the net. I'll talk to you guys later. 73s.
All right, moving on. Anybody else wishing to check in for the first time or ever go around? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard. I guess we'll move it on to last call. This will be the last call for final check-ins, final business before we shut it down for the night. If you have anything that you'd like to get in before we close it down, please call now. Forever hold your peace. Last call check-ins, please call now. Okay, nothing heard there. I guess we'll close it down for the night. Stats are we had 8 check-ins, including myself, and the net ran exactly for half an hour. Good net tonight. Thank you all for checking in. Thanks to Rob for doing this YouTube experiment. Looks interesting there. And we'll see what happens to that in the future. In the meantime, make it a great week. Now releasing this frequency back to general amateur use. This is KD8SRF. Good night.
KU8ROI. Thanks, Ian, as always. Hey, for everybody still hanging out, Michelle piped up and said that she is using a Ed Fong J-pole on her balcony. So, to answer your question, Shannon, she does have something, so at least that's something, but I'm just wondering if maybe she's got an HT. Bill, K8OB, what did you do different tonight? Because, you are, super loud and crisp going on. It's awesome. What did you change over on your system there?
I switched radios. I got my other radio I usually use on 2 meters is a BTEC, which it puts out a lot of power, but it doesn't by far have a very good microphone. And the radio I am on now is an ICOM 7000. So, the best I can say is that's the difference. Over.
Wow, I mean, it's amazing how something like that can make such a huge difference, even though you're running crazy power on the BTEC. Going to a better radio, I don't know. It's just awesome. It's just good to know that. It's awesome to hear for sure.
Yeah, Roger. Thanks for that. But like I said, the BTEC will put out double the power that this ICOM will. But power helps, but it's not everything. I actually wish I knew where I could get a different or a better microphone for that BTEC, or someone to do a mod on it with the element on the inside. But as of right now, as far as that radio goes, I don't know of anyone doing that. There is another guy that does microphone mods for ICOM microphones. He adds a Heil element to the microphone. His name's Bob Nagy. Can't think of his call sign right now, but he's got a whole web page, and he's done almost 10,000 mods to the microphones, and he takes it out. He does a bunch of different things to it. Adds a Heil element, and really improves the audio quality. Probably be even better than what this one is. So yeah, but good to know that the audio quality sounds a lot better, and I'm only using like half the wattage that my other radio puts out. But yeah, thanks for the reply there, Dave.
Bill, that B-Tech that you were using, is it a mobile type radio? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a mobile. It's definitely a mobile radio, and you know, the ICOM 7000. I don't know if you're familiar with them. You could probably consider that a more mobile or portable radio. It's like a shack in a box. It does everything from 2 meters, 440, and all of HF. So it's a cool little portable rig. But the B-Tech is just a dual band mobile rig. Over.
Roger that. Yeah. I'm talking to Michelle right now on the signal, and she said that it's a Baofeng UV25X2, which when Googling it comes up with a B-Tech 25X2, which looks like a little bitty mobile type radio, 25 watts. So that's what she's using with that Edfong J-pole. And yeah, she can't hear me. I'm sorry, I can't hear her, but she can hear me. So I'm just wondering if maybe you guys are using the similar radios.
The B-Tech I got is a 50x2. It's supposed to be 50 watts, dual band, but I don't know, whatever B-Tech does to the radios. They were known as Baofeng Tech, at least at one time. I don't know if they still are, but they're located in South Dakota, I believe it is. And the 50x2 is the one I got. It's supposed to be 50 watts on 2 meters. And they have a pretty conservative rating on there because my SWR watt meter on 2 meter band shows that I can put out, it puts out like 85 watts. So it puts out quite a bit, the B-Tech. And this ICOM I'm on right now, on 2 meters here, it's only showing that I'm putting 40 watts out. So that's half the power. Usually you double your power, that's 3 dB. So, but, you know, got a better microphone, so, you know, there you go.
Yeah, copy that. I mean, equipment matters, like we all mentioned earlier, for sure. I mean, this Kenwood that I'm using right now puts out 50 watts. When I put it on my SWR meter, it shows 50 watts going out. From over the last week or so, I did change out the coax on it. I went from that junk 213 up to the Belden 9913. And when I redid all that, I was able to push the antenna up just a little further up in the air. So if you're hearing me any better at all, that might be why. Not sure if you heard me and Al talk about that the other night or not. But right on, very good. It sounds awesome, Bill. Glad to hear you're better in there.
Yeah, roger that there, Curly. You're sounding good too, coming in on my end. Nice and clear, perfect audio, nice and strong. So, yeah, whatever you did, it was most definitely an improvement.
I'll say too, Bill, when you piped in the other night when I was talking to KALH, not sure if I sound any different from tonight compared to the other night. I did do a full radio reset. I did something I couldn't back up, so I just did a full radio reset. So it went back to factory default. So I don't know if maybe that might have changed things or not as well. So, but awesome, very good. Glad to hear you out here tonight again. And yeah, are you off again this week, Bill?
That's a Roger, Roger.
Okay, IBX.
Good, Rob.
Roger that there, Dave and Bill. You guys are sounding good there. I just want to give a little shout out to a couple of the YouTubers in there listening. Kurt S, K09Z. He says we're sounding good, and like to shout out to KOMRD Radio Prepper. He's in Iowa, I believe, and he's listening in. So we're getting a few people in there, and I'd like to thank everybody for jumping in here. I just a little experiment for the YouTube Live there. That way, some of the other preppers can just get a little taste of, you know, emergency radio comms in case something goes down. Because a lot of people are wondering what's going to happen when this Russia-Ukraine thing kicks off. They're worried about a lot of cyber attacks. I guess in Portugal, one channel was reporting Canadian Prepper. I guess someone did a cyber attack and wiped out their whole entire mobile phone system in the country of Portugal. So they got no phones over there. It might be back up now, but this was a couple days ago. So yeah, we pissed Russia off getting involved in that, and you know, they've already done a couple cyber attacks over here to that gas company down in Texas. So who knows? But ham radio is a great way to get out and communicate there when everything goes down. So I'll hand it back over to you guys. Special thanks to Kurt S. and KOMRD Radio Prepper in Iowa, and a few other people in there. They just got in here late, so maybe we'll hang out a little bit and keep the live YouTube going for a little bit. Ian, are you still there? KD8 SRF? No copy there. Yeah, the net ended, so this is kind of the after party. So hopefully we don't get no trolls in there. But who knows? All right, back over to you, Bill, K8OB. Take it away.
Okay, yeah, roger that, Rob. It's K8OB returning. Dave, if you and Rob are still on frequency here, I'll do a quick little test here. This is the ICOM radio, so you know you got the audio. You're getting the audio on the ICOM. You guys both said it sounds better. Let me switch over. I'm going to switch over to the BTEC, and then let me know the difference, because I'm at 40 watts. I'm at 40 watts here with the ICOM, obviously with the better microphone, so I'm going to switch over.
All right, Rob, we'll wait for you. Hey, KE8SJK Shannon, are you still with us?
Okay, guys, this is K8OB returning with the BTEC.
Bill, whatever you did, you had some feedback. You might have to turn something down. You had some feedback going on.
Yeah, I heard the feedback. I had to turn the other radio down. So, but notice the difference in audio and signal strength or audio quality.
You know what, Bill? Right now, at the moment, you are at a solid 9, solid S9. Your audio was a little muffled, though, so I understand what you were saying with the microphone. That's at my end. IBX, Rob, what do you say?
I think the ICOM blows the BTEC away. You know, much better, clearer audio, and the signal strength is about the same.
Okay, yeah, Roger. Good to know. I like to do those little tests like that. This is the B-Tech right now. Still on the B-Tech with 80 watts. B-Tech with 80 watts. I'm going to switch over back to the ICOM.
Okay, yeah, I had him at a solid 9, full quiet, but just muffled audio. Rob, what did you have him at again just now?
I got him at 5.9 full bars, burying my needle. Good audio.
All right. I'm Kate. I'll be back on the ICOM.
All right, Bill, KWRY, yeah, you, much clearer audio. I had you at a S5 on my meter, but if I didn't have a meter to say, I would give you a 5.9 all day long. That ICOM has definitely just got a better mic for sure, so I can definitely see why you want to have some mic work done for that B-Tech radio. Rob?
Yep, roger that. Yeah, it's, the audio was a little bit quieter, but you were still full bars pinging my needle there. But the audio was definitely a lot better quality sound.
All right, cool beans. Good to know. Like, comparing the ICOM to the B-Tech. ICOM obviously has got a much better microphone. Maybe I could see if there's a mod or somebody that where I can get a different microphone from on the B-Tech, because it does put out more power. But yeah, thanks for the replies.
Bill, that B-Tech mic, that's got one of those Cat 5 type plugs on it. Is that right, correct?
Yeah, Roger. It's got a Cat 5 type plug, and so does this ICOM 7000. And I have tried to switch them and plug this microphone into that radio. And I tried that before when I was on frequency with Rob, and it whatever the wiring is, I guess, was not the same. He just said it was making all kinds of strange sounds, and he couldn't copy me at all. So something is not wired correctly from this radio to that radio when it comes to that Cat 5 style connector.
Yeah, roger that. Might have to dissect it a little bit. Might have to make a custom cable for a given microphone, to adapt. I mean, it seems like all of these microphones now are all plugging in the same way. This Kenwood microphone has got that Cat 5 style, and then my Yaesu radio's got a Cat 5 style. So I mean, it makes you wonder if they're really the same, just wired a little different to be proprietary. So I wonder if you could just, if you could have someone make you up a cable, a handheld cable like that, for any given mic. I don't know, just a thought. I don't know if it'd be worth it or not. Rob?
Yep, roger that. Hey, Dave, K8RLY from K8IBX. Are you on the live stream in YouTube right now?
Yeah, I'm watching. I got the audio down though, because obviously we're on RF, so I got the audio down. I did notice that there is about a 2-second delay between RF receive and YouTube receive.
Yep, roger that. Yeah, it's always like that. Yeah, if you're listening on the radio, you wanna kill the sound on the YouTube channel there. It'll screw you up. But it'll be nice to go. You can go. Anybody can go back. I'll leave the video up, of course, on my channel, so anybody can go back and listen to hear how everybody sounds. But yeah, everybody was sounding good. The weakest signal was Michelle, and I was still getting her at like an S6 with a little bit of bacon fry there, QR Nancy. But yeah, I could hear everybody. Everybody sounded good. I think there was one more. Wasn't there one more check-in that someone jumped in there that we didn't get? I thought there was one more guy in there.
I think it was Shannon, but then he turned his power up.
Oh, yeah, when he first jumped on, I couldn't hear him not one bit, and he's only at 10 and Ryan. I'm like, man, he should be pinging my needle, but, and once he turned his power up or did whatever he did, he was coming in here just as good as everybody else.
No. Rob, there was a last-minute check-in. He was just here for a quick moment. Ian did get him. As far as Shannon was using the 705, I think he said the 705, and he had just a rinky-dink antenna, he said. He jumped over to a different radio altogether with more power, and that's why we were able to hear him the second time. So he actually switched to radios just as Bill did. As far as Michelle goes, I was chatting with her for a second on Signal. She's using one of those B-Tech radios, a 25-watt radio. That's why I was asking Bill about his. She's using a B-Tech 25x2 dual bander, and she said she's got one of those Ed Fong J-poles on her balcony. So the combination of both things is probably why she's not getting out very far and being very directional. She reported she could hear me, and Bill, she said she could hear you, but it had some noise. So at least she was receiving everybody. She just wasn't getting out.
Yeah, roger that. But like I said, that's one of the good things about this net here, that everybody can see how far they're getting out. Because you know, everybody where they live everyone's got a different situation of, you know, how you can get an antenna up. Of course, if you live in an apartment, you're really limited. And some of the people that live in an HOA area, yeah, they don't allow you to do too much stuff. And like me, I have a small yard with no trees. So, yeah, everybody's got a different situation there. So, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. But, you know, that way, if you want to improve your antenna system there, you can hear how far you're getting out and maybe get some ideas from some other people. All right, I'll hand it over to Bill, K8OB from K8IBX.
Yeah, roger that, Rob. Maybe the other guy that you may have not copied was Bruce over in Rochester. I think it's K8QIX. I think that's what his call sign was. I don't know if you copied him. He was just in and out real quick. So he was a short time. And Michelle, I think they said she has her Ed Fong J-pole out on her balcony. I believe she lives in an apartment complex, so she's probably got some interference due to her, you know, where she has the antenna positioned at. If she could probably get it up higher up above the rooftop, which, you know, she probably can't do that living in an apartment. So I'm sure that would help tremendously. Just to get it out of the, just give a signal a good pathway. Because I have two Ed Fong J-pole antennas, and one I had way up in the air in a pine tree, where now I currently have my diamond, and it worked great. And then I have another one that's attached to my house up at the apex of my house. That's at about 30 feet, and that one works pretty good too. Not as well for Simplex, but does well for repeater work. So there's that. So over to you, Dave. KU8RLY from K8OB.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough one. You know, when you're in an apartment, whatnot, trying to, you know, get some up in the air. I mean, there's options that you can do for sure. That, you know, been learning. But like what you were saying, Rob, about getting ideas from other people, I was talking to Bill a little bit on some of the things that he's got set up, and if you look at his QRZ page, he's got a picture of one of his antennas. Or is it just a tree? So I'm with you though, Bill. I'm very limited space. I don't have any trees in my yard, anymore, and I'm very limited. So I've got my X200 stood off the side of the house, and it's an X200, just like Bill's, and I got the feed point about 30 feet. So, feed to tip, it's 30 to 38 feet in the air. So that's where I'm at with that. But I mean, at least he's got some space over there. He can throw some wild things up in the air over there. I'm a little jealous at his real estate. I won't lie, but yeah, she said Michelle said she just got on a balcony. It definitely is tough to get some up in the air. Now, I know a few different apartment complexes to let you put things up as long as it's not permanently attached. So she might be able to get away with getting something just clamped. It's not permanent. She's not putting holes in anything. So she might be able to clamp something and get up in the air and get further, and maybe a better radio. 25 watts. We all know, a little bit of power helps sometimes. So that could probably help a little better too. Equipment is everything, like we talked about earlier. So, but awesome. No, I think tonight, even with a little bit of snow, I think we all got some good signals going on tonight. So I'm pretty happy on my end anyway, hearing you guys. So, Rob, what do you know?
Not much. Yeah, what do you guys think of doing the YouTube live stream there? I think it's kind of fun. We got 5 people in there now, but yeah, just a little experiment there to try something a little bit different there. We got a couple people in there. We got KOMRD radio prepper, like I said. I think he's in Iowa, and we got GFDEM 917. I think they're in Kansas, and a couple other ones were in there. Jim, I forgot where he said he was from. He left, but is he in Iowa? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's pretty cool, something different to do, and that way everybody can hear how everybody sounds on my end. Like I said, if somebody else did it somewhere else, then you'd notice how different the signals sound from location to location, how everybody's hearing everybody. So, I don't know, just a little experiment, something different to do. What do you guys think?
Sounds cool to me, man. That was cool. Nothing wrong with experimenting. And a lot of folks on YouTube, a lot of ham radio guys. So, very good, Rob. And Dave, I'm going to say 73, and I'm going to be clear here. I'm going to go watch some of the game, and I got food waiting for me downstairs. The wife just got back home a little bit ago, so I'll go downstairs to chow down and watch some football. So, good night tonight, and good job with their YouTube, Rob. And good talking to you as always, Dave and Rob. So, as KOB, I'm going to be 73 and clear.
All right, Bill, enjoy your dinner. We'll catch up with you later. Yeah, Rob, the YouTube thing, it'd be cool for other people that are not in the area. They can join in as well and participate a little bit with us. So that's kind of a nifty idea.
Yep, roger that. But I think I'm gonna get going too and shut down the YouTube channel here. And I got some a New York strip steak I'm gonna cook upstairs, and get some fries going there, and I'll watch a little bit of the game there. So I'll say 73 from K8IBX to KE8RLY and K8OB from K8IBX, and everyone on YouTube that's watching, thanks for coming in there. And yeah, maybe we'll try it again sometime, or somebody else will give it a try there. So this is K8IBX. I'll say 73s, and see everybody next time.
All right, Rod, take it easy. Enjoy that steak. I'm going to hang here and play Radio Builder. So, right on. KU8RLY will be standing by clear.
Yeah, I'll probably get on later on tonight or something. But, all right, 73 there, Dave. You're sounding good.
Thanks, Bill. We'll talk to you soon.
All right there, guys. Thanks for everyone coming into the YouTube channel here. So
Rob, thanks, Rob. We'll talk to you soon.
Roger that. All right, thanks for everyone for coming in there. Just a little sample of a little 2-meter Simplex. You know, SHTF happens. Cell towers go down or power goes out. You can hook your radio up to a car battery if you need be, or a solar system there, or a generator or something, and get on the air and have communications, because it would be really bad to be just stuck somewhere and not be able to communicate at all. So until next time, this is Kilo 8 India Bravo X-Ray. Rob from Great Lakes Reliance, I'll say 73s, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.